I am 57 years old at this time. Will be 58 at the end of this year. When I noticed symptoms as being symptoms was when I was 47.
I received my diagnosis when I was 39, which is 1 month before my 40th birthday.
Like most people, I didn't understand, I didn't recognize the difficulties, okay, that were happening until they were, had gotten worse.
Just because a 46-year-old comes to you and displays all these symptoms that would, if the person was 75 or 80 years old, that you would diagnose, I mean, doesn't mean that it couldn't still happen at 46, obviously.
Yeah.
In 2016, I was diagnosed with MCI, mild cognitive impairment with moderate memory loss. Things worsened, and in 2020, I was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia.
I am living with FTD, frontotemporal dementia.
Yeah, it's a PCA, which is posterior cortical atrophy, and PPA, primary progressive aphasia.
It's early onset because I was 46 at diagnosis. So, but it is Alzheimer's disease.
I think it's called Alzheimer's. Have you heard of Alzheimer's?
Yeah,
Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
The form of dementia that I've been diagnosed with is Lewy body dementia, probable, because there's no absolute until after death. So I have a probable diagnosis.
Some of the first signs that I experienced were having trouble with numbers. I used to work for a mortgage company, and I was having trouble with math, basic math skills.
I was a special ed teacher, and sometimes we have to read the test to the students, and so I had trouble keeping my place on the page.
You got lost one time driving to my house, and you didn't know how to get there, and you had been there so many times.
We don't think anything's wrong. I didn't see any signs, actually. My wife's seen the signs. So me, myself, I didn't see anything. I thought everything was great. Everything was normal.
And so with Chris, I started noticing a lot of different behaviors that were unique and totally unsuspecting of Chris, the husband that I had at that point been married to for 25 years. We're now at 33 years, but I immediately, I knew something was wrong, but I did not know what it was. And so it took almost probably about a year for me to encourage and influence and have some influence. Yeah, I think that's a good word, on getting Chris to the doctor.
The most obvious is that it's very difficult for me to speak. I can't read. I can't write. Okay, and it's getting worse and worse and worse.
Those are his writings.
And I'm living well with it, to be honest with you. I really enjoy fishing, of course. I go fishing a lot, go to the gym a lot. I just enjoy life in general.
Besides church and the community of the gospel, I was taking classes at the university nearby, and I just take a class to learn.
I love to cook and bake, and I love to be outside all the time. I have a very hefty vegetable garden in the summer. I have flower beds all over the place and bulbs and all that kind of thing.
I am involved with a number of dementia groups, such as Dementia Action Alliance.
A support system like the DAA now and the Memory Warrior group. It has been amazing having them because they understand me.
I understand what it is and what's going to happen, but I don't want to let that define who I am and how I live my days. I mean, it will help mold how my attitude is and my love.
People living with dementia, they're still active members of the community, and they're still people.
I like music, and that's probably the one thing that I like most.
Do you like music?
Yeah, I like music.
I've even had friends who, we go out to dinner or we go out to lunch, hang out. So I'm actually really active in the community.
I make sure that he does stay active. I don't. I like it. Well, I even like him. I don't know why, but I even like him. So I like having him around. But even saying that, I don't want him to stop until he has to stop.
Well, I do a lot of focus groups. I'm involved with one good group, which is called Black Dementia Minds, that we meet every Wednesday. We just did 2 last month for the Black History Month with some colleges in Pittsburgh. So anything to educate people on dementia, basically, that's what I enjoy doing so far. Yes, for the community. And anything else my wife wants me to do, of course.
There are so many things, and there are so many other areas. I mean, I'm also in the LGBT community, and I do have a men's group that I participate with, which is part of my social circle. Let's change the stigma. Let's change how we look at dementia.
Listen to what we have to say. We still have, we still have opinions. We still have a voice. Receiving the diagnosis, it doesn't have to be the end.
Can I have a hug?
Yeah.
I love you. I love you.
I love you.
Mm.